Hello everybody and welcome to this video where you are about to hear something so unique, something that has been plucked from internet's past that is not available anymore. It is a piece of writing that was on the official Orbitz website. Now what is the Orbitz website? Well, it was a website dedicated to these drinks from the late 1990s. And through a certain website called the Wayback Machine, you are able to go back and look at websites that aren't around anymore. Little snapshots per se. Going all the way back to when this drink had a website, there was all sorts of funky things happening on this website. It was the late 90s and people still really didn't know exactly what the internet could be or could do. And yeah, if you get a chance to look at it, there's going to be a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. It's going to leave you scratching your head. So as this drink was kind of odd, so was the website. And these drinks were kind of given some little bit of backstory that it was from another world. Possibly some sort of alien civilization made these up in the website itself. So what you're about to hear is me narrating the big main page, or one of them, on this website. Someone legitimately sat down in the late 90s and typed all of this out in order to promote this very weird, cool, and awesome drink. So without further ado, enjoy listening to this, reading along, and see if you could actually keep on with what this is even trying to say. I've listened back to it a few times and I'm like, yeah, you kind of just have to suspend everything you know and listen.
The impartially insane annals of the Galactic Orbitz Nebulous Archaeological Diffusion Society, the Gonads, and a toothy addition to any meaty imbalance. We are almost devoted to debunking conspiracies frothy in nature and murky in size. Subject 28, Marvin Fabulous, prepared by member just verbatim for the Gonad Society. Though closely watched, Marvin's reality never boils. Putting him through the hoops like a dog, hunting in jeans has proven ineffective, as have attempts to drive him through the wall in a lazy boy. We now are chained to the fallout like fencers on the road to nowhere. Ringing phone booths at random only makes him stare at his shoes, and he kicked karaoke. She has since returned to Rockville in a fit of pique. Marvin has been a most difficult subject. This difficulty we attribute partially to Horst Newman, a cousin who disrobed us in a dream. Horst has since been leaking the word, and we believe he prime-ribbed Marvin. We punished Horst by having his left toe swell up in the fresh fruit section of his supermarket. Given Marvin's discovery, and the special sauce in this case, spastic measures have been taken. An attempt by Gonad, Teo Moro, near dawn's crack to taunt Marvin in his dreams backpedaled furiously, and he was spotted. Marvin awoke with a ripe vision and went about circling his crops, searching for more. We then filled Horst Newman with aimless dementia to see if he would drive Marvin around the edge of the room, but Marvin stood firmly by the chair. It was not until we filled his dreams with a garden full of gargoyles that Marvin began to show signs of cracking like happy bacon. Although a time-honored technique predating liquid soap operas, the gargoyles ultimately failed to give the willies to Marvin. Marvin stated flatly that he had already eaten. He seems unflappable, regardless of our desire to bend him around the doorway, and he merely disarmed the gargoyles with a platter of biscuits. He even has them knitting little sweaters. We have since discovered that our gargoyles were from an expired batch. The best solution would have been to recover Marvin's couch. Unfortunately, before we could create the necessary footsteps, Marvin stumbled over the truth and took elusive measurements. We now know that Marvin and Horst tripped to Omaha soon after drawing a conclusion on the back seat. Member Dat has been sitting on Marvin's telephone and has ascertained that a man from Omaha, Archie Browse, calls Marvin fabulous daily. Attempts to understand their conversations have proven futile. Furthermore, we cannot hunt down Archie since he wears a woolen toque and is known to be a little harsh. At this time, member Tio Moreau and member Esther Day are scouring Omaha for Archie, but have found only a little luck with rabbit's feet in a doorway. A backdrop painting to gain a better understanding of the subject shows us that Marvin Fabulous is a puddle farmer who also dabbles in collapsible fish furniture made from drastic maneuvers. Once, he discovered inherent serendipity behind a petrified bookshelf and has since mailed a number of letters to himself. Marvin was looking up roses from then on, until he absconded with the neighbors on a whim. They had a bird, so he made off with that. The authorities brushed Marvin quite closely until he gave it up. Somehow, they also got his goat, and Marvin has confronted the sober reality that his cupboard is naked. After all, a closet empty of skeletons is like half-eaten pudding. Such a backdrop, while showing us reasons why Marvin is such a tough peanut to crack, has not given us many eggs to put in one basket. We consider ourselves stumpy. The Gonad Society.